Yes. First of all, SRC, welcome. To the annual Lunar New Year Celebration. And unfortunately, Susan is not feeling well today, so I'm filling in for her. We wish her a quick recovery, of course. Now, we have a full lineup today. Okay, so, but before we start, I thought it would be fun for me to show you how to do a proper greeting and gesturing of Happy New Year in Chinese. How about that? Like that? Okay, let's start with the greeting first, okay? 新年好. 新年好. 新 is new, 年 is year, 好 means good. Okay? Everything good is going to happen to you in the new year, right? Try again. 新年好. Now the gesture is this. The girls and the boys are separate. Okay? For the girls, your left fist this way, gently. Don't stick out your thumb. Like this. And then grab your right hand. I forgot the other way, okay? This one. Then do a little bow. 5 degrees. Okay? Stop. No, that's Japanese. Try. 新年. Guys, you know how to do it? No. Right hand. Grab. 新年好. That is the gentle one, the popular one. Okay, now let's do a more martial one. Okay, something that you've seen in movies, martial arts movie. Okay, now let's start with the guys first. So right fist, elbow up. Okay, women the other way around. Okay, and then your hand. No gap. Straight up. And then you put them together. Elbow up. And then up. 新年好. We are now honorable Chinese. Okay, right, let's get serious. Okay, now I'm going to come back to this. Remember this, okay? It's going to be a test afterwards. Now, we're lucky we're going to have Gong to give us a brief introduction of Chinese New Year, and Lunar New Year, I should say, and with emphasis on the year of the tiger. Okay, so take it away, Kate.
I speak Cantonese, so we're going to learn some Cantonese also. Don't tell Harry. 恭喜發財，身體健康. It means the same thing as 新年快樂，恭喜發財. That's as good as my Mandarin gets. So anyway, we will practice it afterwards because we have a very long program. We're so happy to see so many of you because we were not able to meet last year. But anyway, we welcomed in the Lunar New Year of the Tiger on February the 1st. We based the date on the cycle of the moon, unlike what we do with our January the 1st. So globally around the world, the holiday will be celebrated either in a few days in Korea, a week in Vietnam, or up to 15 days in China, and we're going to celebrate 15 whole days here. We don't want to be cheated out of any days. Houses have to be swept to get rid of the bad omens. So if you haven't swept it, you need to go home and sweep out your house. Okay, and it is to welcome good luck for the new year. Red coblets, those are red signs, or red lanterns are hung up in our homes. Good luck. I guess we just say it's all good luck. That's why so many of you are wearing red today as well too. The most important thing for the new year would be to have a New Year's Eve dinner with your family. Family is so important to us. In this dinner, we could include chicken, symbolizing unity of the family, fish, symbolizing happiness and prosperity, dumplings, some of you know what that is, wealth and richness, uncut noodles, and they have to be uncut. If you cut it, then it doesn't work. It is for longevity and long life. So make sure you put to long strands of noodle. In countries and regions, the foods that are appropriate, they will do for their own tradition. Does anybody know what this is? Lacy, red money bags. My grandchildren can't wait for Lunar New Year. They will learn how to say Gong Hei Fa Choi just to get the lacy, because it is money, and they really get a whole bundle of it by the end of the new year. Anyway, so we will also be visiting family and friends, bringing tangerine and oranges with wishes of prosperity and good health to the people that we're visiting. Now, some regions, like in Korea, they play games and they sing and they dance. We're going to do that here as well, too. At the conclusion of the festivities here, there or anywhere, there may be a parade. San Francisco had their lunar parade on Saturday, last Saturday. There's also dragons and firecrackers to scare away the bad omens and to welcome in good fortune for the new year. So I invite you to go upstairs to the clubhouse to see the beautiful display of Asian clothing and artifacts from China, Korea, Vietnam, and India, loaned by our own SRCreek residents. It is their way of sharing their culture with the SRCreek family, and that's what you are to us. There are also poster boards that will tell you if you're compatible to your spouse or significant others upstairs. So make sure you go up there and check that out later. We thank all the SRCreek residents who put together the displays upstairs, organized the Lunar New Year dinner, if many of you have attended that wonderful dinner. And the organizers of today's exciting program, especially to Harry Wong. Thanks to all the volunteers and all the guest performers that we have today. Last but not least, we thank management, activities department, food and beverage, EVS and Plan Op, all of these people. It takes a team to do all of this, and we thank them for their support. So thank you, Georgia, and Xie.
Good job, Kate. Okay, our first act is going to be our own SRC folk dance group. Now, this dance they're going to do is a very popular dance in China, in the Hakka area, where tea growing is very popular. And so they have practiced, by the way, over a year, just for you guys. But let's give them a big welcome, okay? I have invited my boss, aka my wife, to sing with me. Now, this next song is a really well-known song from the region in China, the western part of China, Xinjiang, okay, where the Uyghurs live, right? There's a lot of nomadic people there, okay, so they come and go. There's no forwarding address typically. So this song describes a guy, okay, sitting in front of a beach, okay, and under the silvery moon, and reminiscing his girlfriend's, his lover, and wish he could become a bird and fly around to find her. Okay, Amy, we need Amy here. By the way, my design is not very polished, okay? Because you didn't pay to get in here. Remember that. 'Next, we have a professional soloist dancer to entertain us, okay? All the way from China. She's the associate director of a professional dance group called International Performing Arts, okay, for America. She's going to do a Mongolian ball dance for us. Okay, this is a very popular dance with the roots of over 900 years ago, okay, at the Yuan dynasty, which was at the peak of the power of the Mongolian Empire. So let's welcome Lucy. Don't try this at home. Don't get dizzy. Okay, next we have a very exciting group, by the way. It's our neighboring group called We Dance. Okay, and they're going to do a very unique dance for us, by the way. Okay, it is based on a classical Beijing opera. Okay, and they will dance to the theme song of that opera. Okay, and this opera describes a love affair between a general and one of his concubines. It's kind of weird, but in the Tang Dynasty, which is 1,300 years ago. Now they try to reproduce how people dance during that time, based on the pictures and all that thing. You will be impressed how graceful they look. Let's welcome We Dance.
梨花开。
Isn't it amazing? I love that. You know, so graceful, very authentic, as if I know. Okay, our next program is going to be by our own SRC Mandarin Conversation Club. They're going to sing 2 songs for us, and you enjoy both of them. And the second one, you'll know too. Okay, so let's welcome the MCC Choir. So we have this Mandarin Conversation Club. Let's welcome them. And by the way, Linda Ma has been a conductor for the whole year. So let's welcome the MCC Choir.
Brighter new year will be thine.
下面是改编之后的中国歌词。怎能忘记过去的日子，在地球的每个角落，疫情之中缓缓度过。 愿你平静安好。朋友们，不灰心失望，这条路不孤单，让我们手牵手同走。阳光在不远处，让我们手牵手同走。新年新希望。
Let me introduce an ensemble called Bridges and Strings. These four youngsters, as young as they are, have been performing publicly for the last 10 years. They have performed everywhere in the Bay Area, including the San Francisco Herbst Theater, the San Francisco Asian Art Museum, and so on and so forth. We are so fortunate to have them today. Now, there are two kinds of instruments you can see, right? The big guys called guzhang. Guzhang is like an old zither, okay, have many strings, and they have been around for 2,500 years, okay? So it is really, by the way, it remains to be a very popular Chinese instrument because it has a lot of classic tone to it, you see, okay? And then we have the yangqin, okay, which is imported, I was told, by by the merchants through the Silk Road, all the way from Persia, okay, about 600 years ago. Okay, these two guys remain really the dominant instruments in China right now and around the world. Right now, we have two great artists here. Let me introduce them. And Maya, raise your hand. Alan. And Dexter will hit them. They are going to play three classic songs to you, and I will let Dexter introduce them.
So I am Dexter, and the first piece that we're going to be playing today is called 春江花月夜, or Spring Flowers on the Moon River. And I will introduce the last two pieces after this song. So this song traditionally has 10 parts to it. However, today we shortened it a little bit, and we're going to be playing 5 of them. Please enjoy. that was 春家花月夜. The next two pieces that we're going to be playing, the first one will be called 蒙古舞曲, or Mongolian dance. And the last piece will be 花好月圆, or Beautiful Flowers in Full Moon. So we will give them a chance to retune their instruments to a different key. So I'll introduce the instruments a little more in depth. So the guzheng are played with 8 picks, and they have 21 strings. And then the yangqing is played with 2 bamboo sticks with rubber heads, and it has anywhere from 144 to 150 strings. So it's very similar to a piano in that every note is comprised of 2 or more strings, and similar to the inside of the piano, I use mallets to hit the strings to produce the sound.
completely blown away. Now, by the way, they are sort of legend in the Bay Area. Okay, if you are interested, okay, they have their website, okay, called Bridges and Strings. Okay, they have podcasts, they have recordings, all this stuff. So they are amazing. Okay, and they're also amazing students. The world needs more of these kind of people. Are they self-taught? No. Their teacher is called Gang Qin. Okay, she was the leading guzheng musician in China. She came over here and taught these guys. She was the top, okay, guzheng musician. So they are real deal. So we have a group of dancers all the way from SRCreek, our Rossmoor people. They are amazing. You know, some of them are over 80 years old, but the way they dance, you will not believe. You know. And so they're going to do a mountain dance. The Taiwanese natives, very well known mountain dance. The dance itself is not so much about skill, okay, jumping and all that, but it's a way to show the way they live, okay, the unrestrained, okay, the freedom, they just love life, okay. That's the spirit of the song, of the dance they're gonna do. Both the SRC folk dance group and the Rossmoor folk dance group are coached by the same person, okay. Julie Su, she came all the way here to teach us. And then go all the way to SRCreek to teach them. She is an unbelievable artist herself. So later on, you have a chance to meet her because I asked them to stay, okay? So let's have the Rossmoor folk dance group doing the mountain dance. We have another treat for you. This one, again, is another professional solo dancer. Okay, she's gonna do a Tibetan folk dance from Tibet with a drum. Okay, and her name is Yan Liu. Yan was the principal dancer of all of Tibet's military art troupe. She's a real deal. We're lucky to have her here. She's going to do a solo dance with a drum called riba. And riba is considered one of the heritages of a classical instrument in all of China. Okay, you guys are lucky enough to see that native, authentic dance. Okay, so let's welcome Yan Liu for us. Thank you so much, Yan. Appreciate it. Wow, it was so authentic. So this song is a very special song, by the way. Okay, so this, and it's called the Vineyard Garden. Okay, Serenade has been a very popular song in China. And so what we did, okay, we did three things to it. One is in Chinese, of course. So we asked Peter Kwok, poet, to translate them into English, into a poem, and he'll read it for you. And also, we have asked also Peter to put in the English words, okay, as part of the song. And then the third thing, we rearrange it so that we'll sing Chinese, English, and then Chinese. Okay, so you're lucky because this is the world's premiere of this particular arrangement of this beautiful song. Okay, so we have Peter here, okay, the local poet, to read the poem.
So, a night at the Vineyard Garden, inspired by the song 葡萄园夜曲. Under the misty moonlight glow, feel the gentle breeze, watch those fluttering leaves, as streaming thoughts ebb and flow, deep in my murmuring heart, the undertow. Ponder how on desolate wasteland, lush green hills can ever grow. Ponder how dripping, burning sweat can quench the blossoms till it's time to bloom and show. Twinkle, oh my twinkling stars, up above the vineyard high and far. Tell me, teach me, I want to know. Love paints beauty, empowers hope, even for the unlikely show. Under the misty moonlight glow, the garden breeze whistling through those fluttering leaves, and a wiggling blow on willowy vine, my mind, my heart and soul, in passionate overtones, my song, the undertow.
We work very hard for that, by the way. It's not easy song. No, okay, so I'm going to do a solo. Okay. So far you have heard all Mandarin songs, all Mandarin, words and all that. So I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to sing the Cantonese song. Okay. Not that you know, but I'll tell the difference. But I do that for a reason, by the way, okay? Because I want to show the world that Cantonese is still being used, even though China tried to eliminate the Cantonese as a dialect. Okay? So I'm showing some solidarity with the 120 million Cantonese-speaking people on Earth, okay? Which is 1/3 of this country. Okay, so this song is also reflects a very typical Asian philosophy. And that is this: look at things in a larger scale. Your happiness, your sadness, your success, your failures, to you is a big deal. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, they are like little waves in the ocean of waves. They are not significant. So, live your life. Don't take things too highly or too lowly. Just take it easy. You will be at peace. Okay? So, this is the song, probably the most famous Cantonese song in the last 45 years. Okay? So let me see if I can bring that up to you a little bit.
To celebrate Chinese Lunar New Year. Okay, let's welcome We Dance.
送到了你身边，好运来点点头，福星来眨眨眼，唱一个饺子，美美滋滋乐开了笑颜，挂上了红灯笼，贴上了新春联，把快乐做成年夜饭，采格外的香甜，一家子情融融，一家人心相连，送一份祝福，喜气洋洋，日子红艳艳，拜新年呀，拜个吉祥年，红红火火，亲亲切切，感动的春天，拜新年呀，拜个幸福年，一年四季岁岁平安，家家都团圆。乐呵呵的一年，甜蜜蜜的一年，盛满了想念，举起杯，许下一个心愿，为父母敬一杯，为儿女干一杯，祝福你身体健康，万事如意又一年，挂上了红灯笼，贴上了新春联，把快乐做成年夜饭，采格外的香甜，一家子情融融，一家人心相连，送一份祝福，喜气洋洋，日子红艳艳，拜新年呀，拜个吉祥年，红红火火，亲亲切切，感动的春天，拜新年呀，拜个幸福年，一年四季岁岁平安，家家都团圆。新年到，笑一笑，提起花灯去看花炮，男短秧歌，扭起花腰，55龙唠一唠。新年到，笑一笑，幸福幸福来报道，叫上全家，男女老少，绽放微笑。拜新年呀，拜个吉祥年，红红火火，亲亲切切，感动的春天，拜新年呀，拜个幸福年，一年四季岁岁平安，家家都团圆，拜新年呀，拜个吉祥年，红红火火，亲亲切切，感动的春天，拜新年呀，拜个幸福年，一年四季岁岁平安，家家都团圆，一年四季岁岁平安，家家都团圆。
So nice, so nice. By the way, I asked them to stay on the stage. This is the end of the program, okay? I really appreciate you stay with us. It's a lot of work, of course. Right? Some rough spots that we're not professional. I think we're pretty good. Okay, so now, of course, there's a lot of people involved here to put this program together, right? A lot of people. So I'd like to, if you could stay here, okay, to help me acknowledge the people. Stay here, because that's the right thing to do, right? First of all, I'd like to thank all the visiting artists, the We Dance group, of course, the Rossmoor group, right, and then our two soloists, of course, right, and then our bridges and strings artists. Right? They're beautiful. Really love them. And they work so hard. They drive all the way here and then prepare and rehearse in hours, okay, just to put a show together for us, right? So, but of course, our own people, you know, the SRC Mandarin conversation class, as I told you, they spent a year practicing their song, right? Now our small choir also worked quite hard for you guys, so we definitely appreciate that. And also, by the way, I'd like to acknowledge that Marianne Silver, especially, put a lot of work into the music sheets, okay, in terms of putting the phonetic translation of the Chinese and putting the English version on it. Peter Kwok spent months putting the poem together and do the impossibly difficult thing, which is to put the English words into the music, which is difficult, okay, believe me. Okay, so then again, they deserve a huge hand. To deal with 46 of these outside artists, we need coordinators, right? So our coordinators work for weeks to coordinate with them in terms of vaccination records and where to talk and receive them, take them here, take them to lunch, up the grill, and take them here and all that. All that work, okay, I'd like to acknowledge our coordinators, okay? So Herbert Chen, Sherry is over there, right? We have Raymond Yi, okay? We have Evie Wong, and we have Peggy Song. They work very hard for that. Really quickly, right? And also, by the way, of course, the activities people, Candice and Eileen, work very hard for us, right? And it is really, and by the way, I'd like to acknowledge Zachary, okay? Zachary and Food and Beverage. They actually provide some food for our artists, okay, and drinks, okay, and also activities have assigned room, dressing room for them to rest and change up all over the map, okay. There's a lot of coordination. Now, the net result of this, by the way, is that SRC reputation spreads, right? All these artists, I hope, will want to come back. That kind of hospitality, okay, is really important for us, providing something, right? To them to rest, to eat, to drink, and come back and enjoy this show with us, okay? I'd really like to acknowledge Zachary and Susan and Zeke for doing this for us. Right? It's really, really amazing. I really appreciate it. So now, in fact, some of the dancers came to me and said, you know what, we want to move in here. So marketing should thank us. So now if you want to, okay, you are welcome to come forward and take pictures with these beautiful ladies, okay? And we, by the way, have been taping it, right? And also we have several cameras. So we're going to put all these things in YouTube, in the portal, okay? So you can actually visit. Okay, Renee?
I want to say thank you to Harry for putting this all together.
That's a $5 well spent. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great evening, and so thank you for coming. It ran a little bit over time, but it's okay still, right? Thank you so much.